just to let you know that this will be a monthly call. For the next one, there will be a more time for people to be aware. It will be exactly 1 month from now, so 11th of May. Same time slot, unless some people says, okay, I cannot, I would prefer to change. So first of all, what's how this is for you? I mean, it's a good time. You can manage to connect also the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, good. And uh, and then there is, in case you need to, I'll also leave this in the notes, but in case you need to create some pull requests from any changes on the main code repository, you find a contribution file contributing markdown.
Mm-hmm.
If you click on that, you see that there are the basic steps that you should be doing. The check for the sign off, and these are basically required by the CNCF. So are here as a base for you to know how to start and committing and opening issues
Mm-hmm.
and so on. It will be reworked sometime in over the summer, but for now you can reference to this. Uh, and then the other part is that I'm sure you're already pretty familiar with this, but there are different the core component, that is all the logic that fly above the HTCondor, then the plugins, that is the Python part, submitting jobs. And now, if you edit and do any commit on the pull request on the commit or pull request to the HTCondor plugin, it's also configured to run end-to-end integration tests that were broken, but we managed to fix lately. So you will also have an idea if your what you introduced is broken, breaks something that was already there or not. The Helm chart that you might use to install the components, and we are working to separate the docs. So this is important, probably because if you have any guide for your use case, your particular use case, it's easier for you to submit a descriptive piece of markdown file to a separate repository with respect to going through all the checks that are needed for the core part that is currently hosting also the documentation. So very soon, if you have anything from your use case that you like to share with others or to keep reference for this, the documentation will be in a separate repository that will be changed very easily.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a question?
Sure, sure.
So, you mentioned that you will update the HTCondor plugin, but you also mentioned you want to integrate it together with Slurm. So, will they be released at the same time, or
No,
what's the
for the time
timeline?
being, since now it's pretty much aligned with the Slurm part, I think it will stay here separated at least for till summer. It's
Mm-hmm.
something that should be like this. And
Okay.
anything that will go into Slurm that is not too much at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
it will also be on HTCondor plugin. But the take-home message is that if you use this latest tag and all the patches that might need because you find something not working, it's very feature equal to the Slurm part. So we are in a good shape, and there is no if this is working, it's not supposed to change anytime soon. So it's pretty stable.
Mm-hmm.
That's the message for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Of course, it would be good to have everything with a common interface, but it takes
Mm-hmm.
care and effort, of course. Uh, Are you more familiar with Python or Go? Just to
Python.
okay, so it's even better for you if it stays like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and all right. So let me go back here. Yeah, this is the plugin SDK that is there, but it is not advanced during the latest months. So we'll take time to resume the effort. Okay, talking of which, we are also at INFN going to use HTCondor. So it was there since a while, but never used actively from us, not for, let's say, big use cases. But now we move to a more production phase and we need to be sure. So you will not be either alone for this. So consider this. It's really high priority for us to work on this.
Okay.
Um, okay. So if you have just one more minute of patience, I think. Okay, this I tell you. This is the I can put everything in the documentation later. No need to waste your time. I think I can open up to questions from you and also with some heads up on the documentation. So if you have any question, please go ahead.
Mm. So, I am not sure if this is a good idea, but so in the diagram, you usually put the part in HTCondor or something like pod container, right? But
Mm.
from my experience, all of my colleagues they are super confused with these pod containers.
So which part of the this is the diagram you are referring
Yeah,
to?
yeah, yeah. So they
Okay.
are always so confused with the pod containers.
Sorry. This one, right?
Yeah, but it's just
Okay.
container, right?
Okay. This is a good catch actually. So yeah, I understand why it's confusing. Definitely. So let me note this down. Well, we'll have the minutes later on, but okay. Pod containers in the image. Right. In the schema here, the original intent was to say, okay, you have some pod here on the green that is requiring to run containers,
Mm.
and then you end up eventually on the right hand side here running the same containers that you indicated on the green part. So I think the correct way would be to inside this orange square saying uh, job, batch system job, and then a circle saying, okay, this is the pods running inside the uh, batch job, right?
Or
Is this making any sense, or what would you put in here
so
to be?
it's so container so only container doesn't work for you just
Yeah, no. That makes sense. So, yeah. So removing pod and make containers.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They always ask what this pod is actually.
Yeah, it looks like a particular name for something, but yeah, it's not. Okay. Good. Thanks.
And another question is, I'm not that familiar with the those IP address thing, but last time we switched to like 0.00, something like that, and then it works. So should I just stay with this one like forever, or will this cause any problem?
No. That was actually a regression introduced by the security checks that I mentioned. And I think, in fact, I don't know if here, no, this is the fix for your use case to allow the Unix one. No, it wasn't you, but okay. Also, the Sonic at Slurm were broken by this check because the sockets
Mm-hmm.
and not the SSH stuff were they were using. So we reverted in this patch, but I think uh, we okay. I cannot find it right away, but we are reverting that regression. So the local host will be allowed as well. So you can reuse once it's in the local host, because the security check there was supposing that you were exposing that endpoints, but in fact in this architecture the only thing that you expose is either the node proxy, or you know what you're doing. So the check was too much in this case.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, maybe we will print a warning or something like that to let you know. Okay, look, you're using this. You know what you are doing. Otherwise, you should use something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry about that, but it was again something that we need to do periodically to be aligned with the policies. So can cause some trouble. And also we have use cases that are specifying IP addresses directly, so we overlooked the fact that someone can use and also in some guides we are using the localhost. So yeah.
Okay, I think that's all from me.
All
So,
right, good. So one thing before leaving is that we are going to publish a roadmap
mm-hmm.
pointing to this Google Sheet that uh, have all the roadmap, all the issues or tasks that we envision to be done for
Mm-hmm.
different releases. And where it's not started is something that is open to for someone to take it and do part of the work at least. But yeah, from your perspective, I think it's only it could also be only good to see what's going on and be aligned.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so this is done, and the documentation as well. I don't know. Do you use any authentication or something in the middle here, or is everything in the Kubernetes cluster? I don't remember your setup here. So do you have
So
this green
yeah,
communication,
yeah.
and it's authenticated through IDC or through certificates?
I'm now using file system.
Okay.
The yeah certificate.
All right. Okay. Well, this is also good because when we move the documentation, I'm going to also to rework a bit to focus more on the use case that we are following and knowing who is using what is helping. So, okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know if Giulio, you have anything to add on the latest release or the work, something that we should we are missing about the next steps. But yeah.
No, I think it's all just one thing. Any feedback on the HTCondor plugin, it's will be helpful for us since we are going to integrate this
Yeah.
plugin on a complex setup. So
Okay, and
even
one
we are
last
not.
thing. Yeah, sorry. One last thing is that this repository I didn't introduce it before is the one that we use for the integration test. So let's say that you find something that breaks systematically. In your case, you could open a pull request or a issue here saying, okay, I want this scenario, this particular pod to be tested. Just as an example, with Sonic people in US, we tested the press stop hook and the probes for the pod. And now we have here templates saying, okay, whenever a new commit arrives, check if the probes are working. Okay. It's very simple. You put a template for your pod and you say, okay, check that this, and that happens. Really a test suite that I think you should know better than me, probably, if you're familiar with Python, but yeah, it's PyTest. It's a PyTest template suite. So um, yeah, you might not need anytime soon, but be aware that this exists and you can use it.
Yeah.
All right. So there is nothing else.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll leave it to you too.
No, that's okay. I think we can close and we have the information that we need. And as soon as you have something working, if you want to show, to have questions during this meeting, yeah, just connect on like today, and it's a place supposed to have an exchange, a periodic exchange with people that is using this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
So
thank you.
thank you for your time,
Thank you.
and bye, bye.
Bye.
Bye.